Good evening, everyone. I'm Rudy Trevino. Joe has the night off.
And I'm Leslie Adamy. We begin tonight with the decision by the board of the Texas Windstorm Association to raise rates for coastal property owners next year. Details in our top story tonight. The board voted to direct staff to file a 5% rate increase for resident and commercial insurance policies with the State Department of Insurance. The average premium on a TWIA residential policy is approximately $1,600, and a 5% increase would mean an additional $80 a year. And despite all public comments against an increase in actuarial and underwriting committee meeting where no increase was recommended, the board voted in favor of the rate hike. And tonight we spoke with State Representative Todd Hunter, who is on the TWIA Oversight Committee.
They made a 5% rate hike, which should have been 0. But they did put a date in of April 2021. Legislature goes in January 12th. The rates will be focused and the rates are going to be addressed. But this is what should not be happening.
In a statement late this afternoon to 3 News, TWIA issued this. The TWIA Board of Directors takes seriously the impact of rising insurance costs when considering TWIA rate changes. The board will continue to closely examine those concerns along with the importance of maintaining TWIA's capacity to pay claims, unquote. We look forward to working with the legislature starting next month, it says, on these issues. The TWIA board received public comment at the meeting from more than a dozen elected officials and other stakeholders and members of the public, which Hunter says were all against any hike. He says the hope is that the rate hike can be stopped.